Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 27 of the Realm Recap. I'm Jason from Yakface.com, joined once again by Flyguy from Flyguy.net.
Good evening, interwebs.
Hello, sir. How was your week?
My
Been
week was
keeping busy?
busy. Lots of Star Wars news again. Every week we think it's going to be quiet, and it just keeps on coming. So many
Right.
sources out there with so many reviews and kind of leaks and information. So yeah, we'll talk about them.
Yep. I think starting off this week, we'll talk about, again, the thing that doesn't seem to be going away really is the whole uh, Jabba fiasco, I would call it.
Nevada.
Um, Hasbro's toy shop has been processing and shipping out orders over the past week or so, and they've been arriving at collectors' doorsteps in horrible condition because apparently they do not care on
They just don't.
on how to pack these things. Um, just it's a huge box. I picked up. I received two of these, and they were packed individually in two separate boxes, packed just like this. Um, just a few scraps of packing material in a huge box, and mine, the ones I received were in pretty decent shape considering. I mean, I've
Mhm.
seen, some people have received them and they've been, corners, completely mangled, and you know, the paint coming off the corners and folds of the boxes just because of the wear and tear flopping around inside that box.
Sure.
But
It has to be said. I think a word has to be had with the Hasbro designers from the point of view of even if you were at San Diego Comic Con, or even if you're lucky enough to go to Jedi Con to get this, these things do not transport well.
no, no,
The inner kind of I've seen one in the flesh as well, and the inner kind of the inner piece isn't very well supported. It's quite thin cardboard,
yep,
so just falls apart. Really, it's not great.
yeah.
Hmm.
I think there's a lot of unhappy collectors with this because it's not
Yeah.
just the Jabba stuff. It's all of the exclusives that they've been shipping. The Marvel stuff, the Transformer stuff has all just been essentially thrown in a box with the bare minimum amount of packing material, and it it why even put any material in there? It was just it's bad.
You, you do run a risk, I think, as we know and we've discussed things like Amazon or others. I've had beautiful vintage cards like three times. They've sent me stuff bent over.
And
I
stuffed in
just
an
give up.
envelope or something. Yeah,
There's very few places will care, but yeah,
yeah.
that's just the way it is.
And another kind of weird thing about the whole Jabba, or I'm not sure if this happened with other collectibles as well from San Diego that they shipped out, but um, they use FedEx to ship these out,
Mm.
and we've had to sign for these. It's not like it's a high value.
Sure.
It's $80, with shipping, but
Mm.
still you have to be around to sign for it, which I thought was odd. So I know a lot of people are having them either redirected to their work or shipped to a FedEx office, a FedEx Kinko's, where you could go and pick them up and sign for them because people aren't going to be typically around to receive these, and then it's always such a hassle to, you know, either have it redelivered a different day or
Yep.
have to go and pick it up from a FedEx station. So yeah, it was just a weird thing that I had been hearing. So
At I think it seems to be the same. It doesn't matter where you shop, unless you're really shopping at somewhere like BBTS or Brian's Toys, or I know I'm biased, Dorkside Toys.
hmm
They just those three sites are really kind of fan sites, and they care about stuff. All the
right,
three of them really do. I mean, even look at the case with Jocasta now and stuff like that. Those, Brian's Toys took that stuff on because they love that product and they love
right.
Star Wars and they want to sell stuff, but they care about toys. But yeah, Hasbro Toy Shop. I mean, Arnie and Marjorie, I remember going on about some of the reports they've had in the past from stuff from there, and it's not good.
Yeah,
Not good.
I mean, I just don't get why a little bit of care isn't taken in that regard. I mean,
I think you've got a
you
lot of
can't.
staff who, their job is not toys. As I said, like unlike if you're those collector sites that we mentioned, those
Mhm.
guys care about the stuff. But
Right.
there's a lot of people, and I'm not putting those people down who work in Amazon fulfillment or Hasbro Toy Shop, but they probably don't know what they're putting in the box.
True.
So, it's kind of the way it goes, I guess. But or it's packed by drones if it's Amazon. So you never know.
Yeah, blind, robots are packing the boxes.
But Jabba went back up again,
Yeah,
up and
on
down a few times.
Thursday. Yeah, I think on Thursday it went up for a while, almost. I think it was up for an hour again, and we had posted on Facebook, and I know a lot of people who had missed it prior were able to score theirs, and there was a lot of sharing of that post. But I was alerted to that from Rob over at Jedi Defender, who's a staff member over there. He said that he had noticed that it was up, so
Come get them.
I shared that quick, and I think a lot of people were able to secure one. I hope I hope they receive theirs in decent shape.
Well, he's officially showing now the big slug is out of stock, but
Yep.
As you've just shared this week and Rob did, keep checking. You might get a second chance at him.
Yep. Let's see what else. Other Black Series news this week. Wave 4 has been hitting retail. I've run into this wave a couple times now at Target. I know other people have too as well. This wave is the first wave that includes the Luke and Yoda, Stilla Shan, Torn Far, Snowtrooper Commander, and whatnot. So it's been a long time since new figures have hit retail.
It shows you. It shows you, as we were talking just before the show, the kind of weirdness in which distribution hits. It's some stores got this about a month and a half ago, and now it's hitting retail.
Yep.
But then in other cases, stuff can hit retail, and then it doesn't hit online stores. It just distribution still seems to be a big problem. It really is.
Yeah, I'm hearing more and more reports too that stores are receiving only a few figures from this case, where it's essentially the 12-piece case is getting broken up at distribution and split into different boxes to go to different stores. I mean, that's
bad.
That's bad if it's getting that far,
It shows you how bad it is. I think we were joking, or we were talking about this last week. A store and a friend of mine, a Quinlan Voss, that's been on there. I don't know. That's got to be 2 years. Even in Australia, when I left, Toys R Us still had Yarna on the shelf. So it's no wonder why some stores aren't getting stuff. So that's the way it goes.
Let's see what else. Some other Black Series figures were shipping online. I know Entertainment Earth was soliciting in-stock notices for Wave 5, which is the newest wave, really. That includes Reese, the new Darth Vader. Who else? Oh, the Skiff Guard and Wedge. Snowspeeder Pilot is in that wave. There's only 4. I received my case this week from Entertainment Earth, and I think all of those figures are packed individually, except for Vader, who's doubled up, and Wedge is doubled up. Reese and the Skiff Guard are singles, and then you get 2 more Lukes, 2 more Yodas. I'm just floating. I'm floating in Lukes and Yodas from these revision cases that have come out. Who else is in there?
The online stores feel your pain. It's lots of Yodas, lots of Lukes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of them. HASBRO repacks.
Yeah, you get another shot at a Stormtrooper Commander, or Snowtrooper Commander is packed in there. Torn Far. I think there's one more carry forward. I can't think.
Sorry, I was sharing it just a minute ago, but you were. Yep. So you've got the Reese there on screen, the Skiff Guard Commander, Darth Vader DAC, Snowtrooper Commander, Torn Far. Yep, you had them all. That's it.
Yep. So, yeah, that isn't DAC. That's Wedge.
Oh, so it is. Sorry, my bad.
I know it's easy to glance over.
I know. His helmet was out of shot. Yeah.
Packed so close together, but
that's the new Vader. So have you had a chance to open it? Look at it.
I haven't. I have it right here. It looks nice in the bubble, but not so nice on the card actually because of the black design of the card. But no, it looks like it's going to be a great figure. I'm going to open him up tomorrow and start a whole another, series of
Toy Guide reviews.
toy guide reviews.
Very good.
Let's see what else. DorksideToys put up a new pre-order this week for
Did.
what is essentially the Wave 1 of the new line look, or what is being called at different stores, online sellers, as Wave 6 of the Black Series. This includes the new Hoth Luke. Who else?
Episode 3 Darth that we've got there.
Yep. More Yodas, more Dagobah Luke.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, feel the pain here of like stores, but it's it's a lot of. But you get these new ones: R5G19, Hoth Luke Wampa Attack, and 2 killer ones: Darth Malgus and the Star Killer, which is really good. A lot of people had never get a chance to get them, so it's great to see them back again in this wave, actually. So yeah.
Yeah, it'll be nice to get Star Killer again. For my own, I only have the one, which I still don't think I've opened yet. But he does have a few different combinations of armor he can wear, so it'd be nice to
that's right.
A couple just to configure it in multiple ways.
So you can either buy the set of 6 or the set of 12.
Right. So that's nice that you can do that. And is it starting with this wave where you could order full cases of individual figures, or does that come later?
No, they've pretty much got just about every combination you could get. If I go down further down the page, there's the Darth Vader there from the pack. The older wave there as well. Plus, I'm sure they've been up for some time if I have a look through. There's the Wampa Attack Luke, and Darth Malgus, and Starkiller. Yep, it's pretty much everything is there. You can. So, I mean, again, the situation you get into there with the buying the case, I know you wanted to get that really, really quickly. But if you just want individuals, then that's not a bad price for Starkiller. The only thing is, of course, is it doesn't come in that gorgeous vintage collection packaging. So, but hey, it's that nice new, we potentially think it is, the TIE Fighter pilot packaging. Mm-hmm. So should look good.
Right. And another DorksideToys post was the addition of the pre-orders for the Mission series.
Right.
The Rebels line look stuff. So in that you can get the Zeb with Stormtrooper and Boba Fett and Stormtrooper.
That's right.
R2, 3PO.
See, this has confused me as well, just the way they call this Rebels. I mean, obviously, clearly, Zeb is and the Stormtrooper, they're Rebels. Mm-hmm. But I know it's a mission pack, but it's, it's just that tiny omission of the word Rebels there is just...
Right.
It's very confusing for me, but anyway, it's on the Rebels card. But
right.
Some popular stuff. Definitely Zeb and Stormtrooper are going to be the key one there, but the I quite like the Boba and the Stormtrooper in the pack. That's a nice combi. So... Mm-hmm. And the R2 and 3PO is the new-ish Rebels. It is, the Rebels design. So
yeah, because they offered those. They offered those in the prior packaging design, but they were different figures. So we're getting two new figures as far as being sculpts.
They're kind of cool.
In this line as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to all the Rebels figures. Like I said last week, it's weird with all the new product rollout. None of it is 3 3/4 inch related to Rebels right now. So, this is still expected for next month, October even, for release for this stuff. So,
yeah, I agree.
Hurry up.
What else do we have?
Let's see. That kind of wraps up Hasbro stuff. Kind of getting into some other collectibles. Our friends at Jedi News had posted a link to a list of new 2015 Lego product, which is again another nice mix of prequel, original trilogy, Rebels type stuff. So I think a lot of the sets on here will be pretty popular.
Definitely. It's good to see. I cannot wait to see the AT-AT in the Microfighter scale. That's got to be cool. Mm-hmm. With a little snow trooper or something standing up the top of it. So yeah, I loved the Microfighters. I know you did as well. So it's good to see they're coming back. So
yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, some of those Rebel sets I think are going to be, like I said, popular. You've got the Imperial Troop Transport.
Oh god, yeah.
and
Ezra Speederbike.
the advanced prototype TIE fighter from the Inquisitor's TIE fighter. That'll be another good one. So
It's full on Rebels, isn't it? It's just
yep.
Rebels, Rebels, Rebels all the way. So cool. Can't complain. Can't complain. It'll be cool. Lots of nice, cool sets to get hold of. So
let's see. Celebration Anaheim. They launched.
Pins.
We had talked about those trading pins a couple weeks ago. You can now order what's called the early bird set, which includes a Leia, Luke, R2, and Chewbacca. You could order these pins and I think a T-shirt as well if you currently have tickets or your badge on order for Celebration Anaheim. You get a special code to access the order page for these sets.
So I was kind of thinking about, I mean, probably like me, you're going as press, so it's kind of like I haven't bought a ticket because we're not registered as media yet. So
right.
I was kind of like, damn it, I want a ticket now. But there we go. They look good. They look good. Christopher Lee's gorgeous artwork again. So I love that Chewie. How cool is he? He's just so good. Anyway.
Yeah, and I think this is the second release of this or of these pins because the first one was available at I think at San Diego Comic-Con, where if you were to buy a ticket for Celebration at the show, you were able to get the Luke pilot pin.
Ooh.
So,
these are already hard to get. This is just going to drive me nuts.
It's going to be a tough collection to pick up. I mean, I would almost 100% bet that they're going to have full sets available for sale after the convention, like how they did with previous like badge sets, and I think they might do something
good
like that. So
fingers crossed.
Yeah. Kind of a quick customizing bit here. Darth Ray had sent me a email that he and his son, based on our show last week regarding the Star Wars command line of figures, they had started customizing these and painting them up to look like the prior action figure 3 3/4 inch.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
So I think these are really pretty cool.
I think that's exactly what we said last week. If these came with little paint pots, this would just rock. I would buy that. I really would. Yeah,
and it kind of dawned on me when I was authoring this post was that this would be a great starter thing for customizers, where you could kind of develop your skills, or if you're if you don't want to potentially ruin a $12 action figure, start small. And kind of work up from there. I mean, these figures are essentially 50 cents a piece when you divide them all out. So yeah, kind of learn your capabilities, and then you could kind of graduate up to action figure scale. So
it's this kind of thing again that I think might even give that line hope. If people really latch onto that idea, it might really give the line some strength. But nice little mix, nice customizing tip.
Yeah, I'd like the mix of the the droid, or not the droids, but the Ewoks version of Wicket, and the he had I think a Kubrick version of Wicket in there, so pretty cool. Good job from them. Upon my travels this week, I hit up Toys R Us a few days, and I noticed that Tech Deck now has a 10-pack available of those skateboards that kind of seem to be showing up still everywhere, and this totally kind of caught me off guard because it was in the action figure aisle for one thing, not in its normal car Hot Wheels type of aisle where the stuff typically is.
It's probably because the shelves were empty and there was nothing.
Probably. There's nothing really new in this pack other than I haven't seen the Darth Vader board on the far right there in the pack offered before. It's like that larger skateboard, and then they have a glow-in-the-dark exclusive Stormtrooper board in there.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think the price was a little high for what it was. I think it was.
Was there a price there? Couldn't see
I think
one.
I posted it
Oh,
on my
maybe.
initial page. It was like
Oh,
$30 or something like that.
$30. Like that, I had to pay because I wasn't over here at the time, but I had to pay a good $15 for each of the Boba Fetts. So,
Right. Because
you
they were.
know,
I guess it's a good deal. I mean, weren't the boards like $4 each individually?
I
Something
think
like
they
that.
were. Yeah, they were pretty low cost. So that's not a bad pack. I think overall, that's pretty good value. I think.
Yeah.
A Toys R Us exclusive, it seems. So that's cool. I like that.
Also on that trip, I didn't pick up that tech deck thing, by the way. I'm kind of over my my little run of
You're going
picking up.
home to think over your life.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
just like, I don't need that. I have all those boards in there except for a couple of them. I don't want to buy this whole nother thing for $30. So I'm I'm trying to hone my purchases, and then I pick up this thing.
And then you pick up this.
So I have Chopper. He's kind of sitting back there. I don't know if you can kind of see him behind me there. He's pretty big. I was surprised how large it was. I mean, I know these plush things come in different sizes, but I couldn't resist his.
You're juiced up in Rebels like me. You just can't wait for stuff.
I know. So,
No, I know.
and it was on sale. I mean, I think they were running a special on their kind of soft good items.
Is he a kind of little oatmeal-y rather than a pure white color?
Yep. He's
Yeah, okay. I was going to say that because
like an off-white gray
really
color.
He's too new to be grubby on the shelf. So very
Yeah.
cool.
So I grabbed one of those. And then kind of wrapping up some of the collectible stuff for this week, I received my Gentle Giant San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Luke McQuarrie concept mini bust.
Nice, sir. So I take it you have the other piece.
I do not. Actually, I picked this up for a friend of mine since I'm a Premier Guild member. I used my access to pick this up for him, and he was kind enough to let me open it and photograph it for the toy guide. So I don't have it, but no, it's great. It looks just like you think it would. And
just that iconic artwork again, just from Ralph McQuarrie. It's beautiful piece. So very, very nice indeed.
Let's see.
Cool.
Kind of wraps that up. Going on to TV, movie, and book news. The Force for Change promotion that was run by Omaze and UNICEF, they announced their winner this past week. I think it was on Monday. I can't remember the guy's name. It was like
Barnes.
DC Barnes, and they kind of surprised him, I would say. They were cutting like a kind of promo, and they snuck into his office or wherever he works and sprung the grand prize on him. So
I know he's going to be in episode 7.
Yeah, that's quite the honor, I would say.
That is quite the honor. I mean, most of us would give up anything just to walk in the background, but he's going to be in it. So you will see that name. Very, very cool. Lucky man. I was slightly jealous when I saw that. I was like, what?
Yeah, it was kind of cool. They were asking what his most memorable experience regarding Star Wars was, and I'm sure he had something else in mind. And then as soon as he was surprised with the win, with the prize, he's like, this was actually the best memory he had of Star Wars. So that was a pretty cool moment, I thought.
Very good.
The Star Wars Rebels, Disney XD has been releasing clips this past week. Last week there was a 7-minute preview. This week they had a new one. It was called The Machine in the Ghost.
This was
very good.
It was very Millennium Falcon heavily based, and
yep, some like scene for scene.
Yeah, very much so.
Renderings from A New Hope regarding like the TIE Fighter chase.
Excuse me one second while we stop some noise of another adverts on videos these days. But this was the sound effects again of those TIE fighters was
Hmm.
just bringing the original trilogy heavily, heavily back. You can tell they've just laced things and thought, no, we've got to get that original trilogy vibe back. So
Yeah,
prequels
just
be gone.
there's that awesome pan right there where they kind of pan
Yep, yep,
past the
yep,
front of the ship is totally the same thing they did for in A New Hope.
yep. Even the little touch there, you get to see her at one point as she takes over and fires on one of the TIE fighters just a little bit later on, and we get that 1977 kind of graphic on. Let me just see, it should be coming up any second. Um, you get a little snippet on a screen of the kind of TIE fighter sides in the red and kind of yellow. There we go.
There you
Just
go.
that
Yeah.
little tiny bit there. So every little nod has been. As we were saying earlier on, I mean, these guys have passion. This is what they love to do. So they're doing a great job. They really
And
are.
and what I heard so far regarding some of these clips that are being shown are actually bonus material and not from
Oh,
the series itself, which I thought was kind of odd. So I don't know bonus what, like why what I'm not sure what purpose they serve being bonus material.
sure.
I mean, are they just meant as, kind of fluff pieces to advertise the series itself and not, more like a commercial,
Sure. Sure.
and not pulled right from the series, but I thought that was kind of interesting. I would like to see that, in context in the rest of the episode rather
I
than just
agree.
kind of
I
a
agree.
snippet. So we'll see how
Well,
it kind of plays out.
that might tie in with another one, just jumping ahead a little bit, just on those links that we've got into the. I'm just sharing this on screen just now. The DVD cover for Star Wars Rebels Spark of Rebellion, which went up through the week on Amazon. I think it was. I'm going to credit the wrong source, but it wasn't Rebels Report, but it was someone else who had that. But so it could be. I mean, that's not typically like the Clone Wars. It's normally like maybe 3 episodes lumped together.
Right. What I
And
think
maybe
this,
there's
yeah, what I think this is the hour-long
the
premiere.
hour-long pilot. Yeah, yeah, sure,
Yeah,
sure. Maybe that's where some of this bonus features is coming from. I don't know.
yeah,
But,
that could be.
yep, it's up.
So that goes
Um,
up for sale, what, the 14th of, or
I,
that's when it's available, the 14th of October?
it does indeed.
Yep.
One disc version, so you know it's going to be pretty light on, but yeah.
So that would say to me that the premiere of the show is going to happen prior to that, so that
Mhm.
only leaves a couple weeks because it's
Then
supposed to happen at least in
in
the
October.
US in October.
Yep.
There's rumors that it's airing this month in the UK.
Oh
I read.
wow.
So,
UK first.
hmm
Okay, that's going to be a lot of unhappy American people. A lot of downloads may occur.
seems to flip flop some of these things, because it took them forever to get season 6
Season
of the
six,
Clone
yeah, with the
Wars.
German, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, oh, look, again, being on the other side of the fence, it's nice to get some variance, and we will get it. We'll get it here soon
Oh yeah.
enough. But there was the other clip, a really tiny clip, actually. I'm just sharing on screen just now. Hopefully, this advert is now over, but I'm sure you saw this. The Sabine little clip on USA Today.
hmm That
But
was
we'd
pretty.
kind of, yeah, we'd kind of seen this before. Yeah, it was, but just that shot of the stormtroopers again. I'm in love with the drawing of these stormtroopers. They just look beautiful. So, any chance to get to see them again? But yeah, there wasn't much really to go on that. So a bit of a non-exclusive by USA Today. Really, not much to share.
Right. I think a more extensive version of that clip is the one that's going to be available Monday.
Yep.
So, there was regarding game news, there was a new game announced by Fantasy Flight Games, who produces that X-Wing miniatures game. There's a new one called Star Wars Armada, which I thought looked pretty impressive.
It does.
Um,
This is,
Obviously, it's the same kind of mechanic as the X-Wing. It's just kind of more focusing on looks like the Imperial side.
yep, yep, very much so.
Some cool new cruisers and Star Destroyer type vessels in there.
Yep.
I never got
Also,
into role-playing games like this or miniature games.
no, me neither. Seems like a lot of effort and a lot of detail you got to go through. But
Hmm.
But the vehicles look gorgeous.
I know.
The current line, I can't remember what it's called, but it's pretty widely available, the role-playing version of the game. But the ships, the vehicles are beautiful. The
Yeah, the
Falcon,
X-wing.
yeah, they seem to have a really nice weathering system they put onto it,
Hmm.
even at that tiny scale. So, but yeah, there's a lot of fans of this stuff. People seem to really like it. So,
I love the design of that Star Destroyer or whatever that
mm,
is. It's just
it's kind of different,
a
yeah.
little beefier than the
It is, isn't it? It's got
traditional.
like kind of turbo wings or something on it. I don't know what it is, but yeah, lots and lots of other bits and pieces to collect. So, yeah, good looking kit set.
What else this week? Again, on my Toys R Us run, I ran into a book,
You
Star
did.
Wars Rebels Head to Head, which is this book here. It's not supposed to hit shelves until the 26th of this month, but Toys R Us had it out for some reason, and it has. I posted a gallery on Facebook. A lot of
Did.
people have saw it and commented and shared it,
Show right
and
now.
it's just loaded with new characters and uh, new shots of vehicles that we have seen and others we haven't. Um, and
Just all
and
these
I
names, yeah.
yeah I intend I in the photo at the top of each page there's some descriptive copy that regards to I would say plot points from whatever episodes they're in. So I cropped those out of the images and just kind of left the biographical text next to each character just to kind of help cushion people from spoilers if they were kind of sensitive to that. But there were some cool confirmations in there as far as like having the 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 Rex droid from the Disney
Yeah, that's true. That's
Star
right. Yeah,
Speeder. That was kind of a interesting thing I found when I was flipping through.
yeah. Another
But
Rhodian, I should say.
hmm
Uh, the little touch there, the Dev Morgan is a mystery. Dev Morgan is a mystery. I like it.
I think the theory is that that's actually Ezra
Um,
in
okay.
disguise. But
Morgan. Okay.
see, and like that shot of the Inquisitor's TIE fighter. That's like the first time we've really seen um, the graph or this the model of that vehicle with the wings folded up,
Yeah, so yeah,
in
that's true.
as it would show up in the series. Let's see.
So is the book pretty thick? Is it quite a
It's 65 pages. I only shared the stuff that was new in it.
sure?
The first half of the book has a lot of the character stuff we've seen already.
Okay.
Ezra and all the main characters. But otherwise, more towards the starting at about page 17 and to the end was pretty heavily, filled with new information. So
Yep.
that's what I tried to share. Um,
Very good.
Interesting. There's no mention of Darth Vader in the book
Yet.
at all. So
It's just, I mean, if they didn't pull in, I mean, they pulled in Boba Fett in the Clone Wars. If they were
right,
then to just ignore Vader and Boba Fett, it would be. It's got to be like a season one finale or a season two
right.
finale. Or yeah, they'd be nuts not to.
The
I
only
think.
reason I keep bringing that up, it seems like, but the only reason I do is because I want to see what the animation of
Yeah,
what
exactly.
Vader looks like in the series. I mean, because the stormtroopers are so stylized, I didn't know if Vader would be similarly tweaked.
Well, I'm just going to say, I think he's going to look very much similar to the image we just shared a minute ago about the Ralph McQuarrie, Darth, and
Hmm.
uh, kind of image there. That very kind of classic drawn-out mouth, if the stormtroopers are anything to go
Right.
by. So it could well be the case. But
So that wraps up Rebels stuff. That kind of leads us into like the big spoilery kind of section. I don't know if people are trying to avoid,
good
hearing
luck.
some of this, so we're gonna proceed anyway. Regarding Episode 7, there are a bunch of images leaked regarding the stormtroopers. First of all, that kind of happened all
I'm
at
in love
once.
with this. I am in love with this. What's your thoughts? I'm interested to
I
see what you
like.
think.
I mean, it's obviously it's going to take some getting used to, because when you say stormtrooper, you obviously have the classic design in your head,
Hmm.
but then you have to think this is 30 years later.
Yeah,
There would be some changes, and this seems natural.
it does.
I like it a lot.
I
I
really do.
like that shot. There's the helmet on the desk image that kind of came after the
That's
initial
right, from a
tease.
profile, yeah.
Um, I think the next image you're showing is a better sell of the design.
Yes, it is. It is. You get to see the eyepiece. The mouth doesn't look quite so kind of wide there.
Right.
I mean, again,
I
this is a rumor, but it's a very slick looking design.
I do like it.
I really do. And we also had the well, we're jumping onto this one, but there's another one, another helmet we'll come back to in a minute. But this was the supposed scoop of the Han Solo outfit. So is
Right
it
there.
blue? Is it brown? It looks definitely brown this time. So.
I don't know what to make of this. It's like it's it's interesting seeing
He hasn't washed his Hoth outfit in 30 years.
dug it out of mothballs or wherever he had it.
I mean, it was covered in Tauntaun guts, so never mind. So, and there he is, and he's kind of, I don't know, he's kind of like Endor jacket again, isn't it? Really?
Right. I think when I initially saw this, I was on Twitter and I said it kind of looked like Malcolm from Firefly, if people are
Does.
familiar with that series.
Does.
And
Yeah.
Malcolm's look was kind of a nod to Han, I would guess. So it's kind of coming around. But it looks cool. I mean,
Does. I mean, again,
this is where we're going.
if there's I mean, these are rumors, but they do look pretty legit in terms of quality, in terms of suggested likeness, but it could all be complete rubbish, this. So, but someone's going to a lot of bother to get traffic for this, so if they are, so... And the other one was, I think this is the Jungle Trooper. No, this is the. No picture of the jungle. We had a picture somewhere, but we'll come to that. But we can maybe jump to Sith Lord's post because that's kind of related.
Right. I saw this on Tumblr. I follow Sith Lord 29 or 229's page, and if people don't know who that is, he sports some of the same artwork that Ryan Spencer has done for both you and I regarding our favorite characters. But he posted this link to, I can't remember what the artist's name is.
Juan Fernandez.
Yep, posted on the DeviantArt site, and he posted some interpretations of the new look of the Episode 7. I would guess the sequel trilogy, Stormtrooper. So, pretty cool.
They seem very different just by moving the angle slightly, don't they? It's kind of
Yeah.
between those two. It's looks like a stormtrooper, does not look like anything there. It's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
But
Just some cool different takes on it. I mean, how many different helmets were there for clone troopers in Episode 3? It's like you could potentially have the same thing in the next trilogy, different style helmets. There's rumors of chrome armor type stormtroopers. I'm sure people have seen that. I don't know, it's crazy with all these Episode 7 rumors. I hope someone is documenting everything that has come out prior. It'd be funny to run down and check out how much of that stuff actually panned out and how much of it was complete bunk.
Exactly. There's a link to the other one we should have shared.
There we go.
The Jungle Trooper, supposedly, or Snow Trooper, depending upon what you think. A little heavily watermarked, but you can see the kind of very minimal kind of outlook on it. And again, the Stormtrooper. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to get lots of troopers. That's a given. I'm going to be a very happy man. So.
Hot Toys is lining up
Yeah, they are.
gearing
That's
up.
what we were seeing in the office this week. It was like, oh my god, the hot toys is going to cost a fortune. So yeah, get saving your pennies now. That's for sure.
Let's see, some news that just happened today. I saw, I don't know if it seems like this rumor comes around every couple months,
Yeah.
but supposedly um, the website comicbook.com has an exclusive regarding that the unedited, unmolested, unspecial edition-ified versions of Star Wars A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi are coming out on Blu-ray.
Yes.
We'll
Uh,
see.
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
just posted about this as well. I'd be very grateful for some. And I know I've said this before. I'm going to offend somebody, but I really don't like that Blu-ray artwork we had. I know a lot of
No.
people liked it, but it's terrible for me. It's just not classic movies. I know they were trying to get the full 6 movies on that package. I think I moaned about it before, but and I know it's probably I'm in the minority, but yeah. Even the more recent releases of this on Amazon, I think we've seen quite a few
Hmm.
um, versions of Star Wars on Blu-ray, and there was some nice versions of it before the solid Darth artwork, and then the solid Yoda. There we go. There's the Darth version
Right.
there.
Those are better. It's just
They're
still not.
better, yeah, and they're stronger branded, and they're much more reflective of the trilogy. So, but yeah, who knows? I mean, I think if it's going to be unedited, unaltered versions, chances are you're going to get the classic artwork from the movie posters. One would hope,
Right.
but we just don't know.
Don't know.
Um, did we miss the rumors? I think we missed the rumor, the Latino review. If we want to just
Oh
go
yeah.
back a little bit, the
Regarding the villains of
correct. So this May, did you get a chance to read this?
I I did. Um, I didn't I didn't know what to make of it. There were so many rumors that came out
There are. There are.
yesterday.
And they are just
Um,
rumors. They are just rumors. But I don't know. I just thought the Inquisitor thing, the whole we're now going to the Marvel storyline where everything's integrated and tied in. So
mhm.
Rebels, the Inquisitor, so forth. That made a bit of sense.
Right. And it made sense why the whole expanded universe thing was kind of reoriented
Correct.
because
Correct.
if obviously we know, from our prior history and knowledge of Star Wars that these characters haven't been around, like there was no mention of any kind of Inquisitor type of characters during
That's right.
the films, and if they're being introduced now in Rebels and Rebels is canon, then there's the potential for them to exist during the entire time of the original trilogy. So
Correct. Correct.
that brings us to where we are now. So it'll be, I mean, I'm
Who
not
knows?
going to poo poo this idea. I mean, I don't know if it's true or false, or I'll wait
Well,
to see.
spoiler alert, and again, if you're watching this, you've already been spoiled by troopers and everything else was shown, but this also makes sense with the whole flashback sequence. Disney getting a chance to have Vader back in there and maybe a young Princess Leia. It gives a potential to now, even though we've got rid of the whole EU, go back, use some of the best of the EU, but play it from another angle. I mean, it's like Lost did a great job of this for years, with the continued flashbacks, but that was a
Hmm.
very rich, gripping story, and we really could have a lot of flashbacks within a movie. I mean, Arrow, if you watch that TV show as well, has done an excellent job for 3 seasons now of having a bit of a flashback in every single episode, and so.
Right.
Who knows the stories we could go back and tell? Shadows of the Empire stuff. Don't know. I don't know. We can live in hope. So,
There's 30 years of stuff that has
but
happened in between, and you can flash back to any of it, and
correct it, adjust it, get it all on path. So it could be good.
wild.
Could be good.
Let's
Anyway,
see.
back to the script.
Back to the script. Earlier this week, there was an image that came out of Mark Hamill standing outside of um, one of the studios in London, I assume, and I took the opportunity to Photoshop that head onto a recent issue of the Star Wars Insider that had come out.
I thought it looked very good. I kind of knew you'd done something to it, but I thought it looked good anyway to share. But I mean, even in that photograph that you shared, or sorry, not you shared, that was shared of Mark outside the building, he's in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
I can't remember his age that he is. I think he's got to be close to 60.
Yeah, he's in his 60s. I think he's 63 or.
It, that wouldn't be too far from what he could get into. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. Good job.
A lot of people thought it was real.
Mm. I knew when you posted it just under you, I thought, well, something's going on here, but I thought it was good enough to share. I think it's still good. So you fooled me at first, that's for sure.
Yeah. It was hard to resist not doing that when that image popped out from his account. So.
No, there's been quite a few episode 7 things like this as well that people are just jumping on, and it's completely bogus, but yours was good, at least good quality. So.
Wrapping things up with news this week regarding fan sites and podcasts and whatnot. StarWars.com has updated their site, adding a few more of our friends to their community page. Most recently, Imperial Shipyards was added to the collector site, or collector section, and the Wolfpack podcast was added.
That's right.
So that's nice that they're showing recognition to all these different sites that are out there. Then, obviously, a site like the Wolfpack podcast is one of the newer sites out there, so it's got to feel good for the newcomers to get the same kind of representation as sites that have been around for ever.
Indeed.
So, that's cool.
There's a lot of sites I'd never even heard of, but it's good to get to go and see them, and yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was worth sharing.
Very nice.
Let's see. That brings us to our new toy acquisitions and purchases for this week. I ran through a majority of mine. I think I've pretty much hit all of them up throughout the show. Like I said, I got the Jabbas from HASBRO Toy Shop. Mine arrived in pretty decent condition, as far as there was no crushed corners or any huge blemishes. There are a few creases and whatnot, but nothing that I can't live without. I received my Wave 5 of Black Series figures.
That's a good haul, sir.
Yeah, it was pretty sizable week. My Chopper Plush, my Rebels book, and I received another Command set. The Millennium Falcon set, which includes 33 of those little figures in there. So I haven't opened any of the Rebels or any of the Command line yet. I think I'm going to wait until I have a majority of it, so I could kind of do a huge photo dump of all of the characters, and it'll be easier for me to, put together a spreadsheet as to what figures come in what sets, and break it down. So.
Sounds good.
That was it for me this week. How about you, sir?
I indulged in all of the new Star Wars Lego minifigures. Way cheaper than buying the sets. I looked at some of the costs of some of the new figures, the AT-AT, the Rebels, and so forth. So a couple of cool little. I'll try and share some here a little. I don't know whether that's in focus or not. Probably not. But a little Zeb for one. Cool. So very nicely done. The whole lot of them, Hera and Chopper's in there somewhere, I think. The Stormtrooper is what caught my eye, was the two different variants you can maybe just see. The droopy-mouthed version is not actually that good, but the update on the normal version is basically just some legs with some extra paint.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you're a real completist like me, then, but there's really not much difference between the two. So, in fact, the Rebels one's actually not got great paint on it, which is unusual for Lego, so I don't know. But rather than buy all the sets, I bought all the little minifigures, and it works out a whole lot cheaper. I just don't have the room for the Lego, but I love the even the new addition to the new security guard. You probably can't see it there if you're watching this video, but it's the little sideburns, exactly. So it's the nice little 70s touch on there. I love that. And
did that one come in the? That one would have been from the Star Destroyer.
Correct.
Right.
And there's a little tiny little Emperor. It's incredibly
Oh,
small. Somewhere there we go. You can
the
maybe
holographic
just
one.
see this little piece of blue.
Cool.
It's really not much to write home about. You can't really see it very well through that packaging, but
Hmm.
yeah. So you can either buy the set. I think it's $130, or I think I paid about $30 just for the minifigures. So yeah, worked out a whole lot cheaper. So
Yeah, that
I'm at a bit of a
might be the way to go.
yeah, it pretty much is. So that was pretty much me this week. I've got everything else that we've covered in previous weeks. So yeah,
How's the unpacking going?
the unpacking has not happened. Our boxes do not arrive until the middle of October. So
Oh wow.
I'm currently living very, as you probably can see, there's nothing in the background. If people have know me from reviews, there's normally tons of stuff, but nothing. So I've got a pile of shame in the corner that's slowly growing and taking over, but no, nothing else. So even though I'm working for a toy company now, it's kind of I'm trying to keep it steady because it's like a kid in a toy store every day, just a kid in a candy store, I should say. So yeah, trying not to spend too much money. So.
Well, I think with that, then that wraps up this week's show. Again, we'd like to thank all of our friends that have shared our shows and have been watching the past couple weeks, or past few episodes.
Mm.
Let's see. Next week, I think we're going to have. Let's see what's going on next week. I'm trying to figure it out. I think there'll probably be some new product hitting stores. I think still there are some stores that are still setting their new merchandise. So
Mm-hmm.
Walmarts are finally kind of getting back into the mix with having new product out. So until next week, we'll talk to you then.
Exactly. See you later.